They say forgiveness is freedom. But if you've ever carried invisible wounds that others couldn't see, and they called you too sensitive, if your pain lasted longer than people thought it should, and they said you were dramatic or broken, if you spoke your truth and were told to let it go, then you know. Forgiveness is not always what the world tells you it is. You are not weak because you still feel the ache. Your soul is simply searching for truth. And that truth is not found in pretending you're okay. In our culture, forgiveness is one of the most misunderstood ideas in the human experience. People say, just let go. But emotions don't work like luggage. You can't simply set them down and walk away. Forgiveness is not denial, and it's not weakness. It's not for the comfort of the one who hurt you. Real forgiveness begins with honesty, because you cannot forgive what you have not fully faced. Many of us were taught to forgive too soon. In families, religions, even in self-help circles, the message is clear. If you're a good person, you'll forgive quickly. But this is a deep misunderstanding of human emotion. When someone is hurt, truly hurt, their anger, grief, and despair must first be honored, not bypassed. As Nietzsche warned, nothing is more hypocritical than forgiveness that hides unacknowledged resentment. He understood what so many spiritual teachings forget. Real forgiveness must pass through the fire of truth, the pain, the rage, the injustice, before it can become freedom. Carl Jung also saw this clearly. What we refuse to face doesn't disappear. It goes into the shadow. It hides, festers, and eventually erupts as depression, anxiety, or numbness. That's why so many people think they've forgiven, yet still feel empty, bitter, or tired inside. That's not peace. It's emotional suppression disguised as healing. True forgiveness is not reconciliation. You don't need the person who hurt you to apologize, and you don't have to invite them back into your life. Forgiveness can happen alone, in silence, in tears, in reclaiming the story that once belonged to pain. Forgiveness doesn't erase the need for justice either. Justice is about outer balance. Forgiveness is about inner freedom. One does not cancel the other. And sometimes, the most honest, self-protective response to harm is not to forgive, at least not yet, to hold the truth firmly, to say, what happened was wrong, and I won't betray myself by pretending otherwise. That's not bitterness, that's integrity. Even anger has its sacred purpose. It tells you where your boundaries were violated, where your soul says, no more. When held consciously, anger can transform, from fire that burns into light that clarifies. Forgiveness is not the first step toward healing. It's the last. It comes when the wound has been seen, felt, grieved, and given meaning. Because every real act of forgiveness is born not from forgetting, but from remembering so deeply that you are finally free.